what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Marielle, and today I'm going to be also doing another announcement thing that I saw of one of my favorite animated series, Avatar: The Last Airbender. So apparently this week is just going to be full of announcements because the last video you just seen, which was on Monday, was the Daredevil one, which I'm still excited for. So apparently, as you can see from the title of this video, is Avatar: The Last Airbender new animated series announcement breakdown. I didn't even know there was an announcement that they were going to start a new animated series for Avatar: The Last Airbender. But anyways, let's get to it. I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know if you guys are excited for this announcement.
There's been talk from the Viacom CEO about new animated Avatar: The Last Airbender, calling Paramount Plus. I know,
Nice.
Very original name. Just add plus to the end of
Right.
your name.
Why is
and
everybody
this is
doing
me
that?
just reading from his comments. He says, in terms of Paramount Plus, we have announced some new entertainment franchises that we're bringing to Plus. The Godfather, SpongeBob, Criminal Minds, Spin Out. But under the covers, our preview launch showed that there's other franchises that will work too and have potential, like MTV's reality shows, The Challenge, things like Nick's animated library series, Avatar, and all this is really tip of the iceberg.
So is the Paramount Plus gonna be? I thought this was gonna be on Netflix because the thing says Netflix 2021. So is it gonna be like a Disney Plus where you have to get your own subscription and subscribe to it?
But Avatar: The Last Airbender has the potential to
Hell
be
yeah.
one of those big ticket items that gets old fans, the older people now who were fans of the original series when it first aired, and all the younger people who are hungry for something that's a little more complex than SpongeBob, who are just burnt out on a lot of the same old that they've been rolling out for the
I
last
like
10
SpongeBob.
years.
I don't know about y'all.
What they're doing with their service, though, is that if you're paying for CBS All Access right now, that's basically their streaming service. They're going to rename that Paramount Plus. So if you're already paying for that,
So
you
it
will
is
get the
separate.
Paramount Plus streaming service. But if you've been following Mike and Brian for the past couple of years, obviously there's been all this news about the Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix series, the new version of the series that they're doing for Netflix, and there was a big blowout that they had during 2020, as if 2020 couldn't be bad enough. Last summer, when they posted their announcements about why they were leaving the project and all the disagreements that they had with Netflix over the creative on that show, they also slipped in a lot of references about working on potential future Avatar projects within the universe, just on the sly. Like, oh, by the way, we're leaving this big Netflix show that we've been talking about for the past couple of years, but we also might be working on some new Avatar projects in the future as well.
Because one thing is, I wouldn't mind if they don't dive deeper into their lives for the new series, you know, not making it seem like the series is just going to be them going into their lives, but to touch on Zuko. But if they don't do that, that's fine. If they start like showing us like past avatars and what they've been through, whatever, to give them like some sort of light, because all we've ever really seen is when Aang went into the Avatar state and you saw the whole role, like, and then when we saw Kyoshi and then that other guy, you know, I wouldn't mind. Oh my god, speaking of Kyoshi, I have this book of talking about her life and whatever.
Because if you remember a couple of years ago, it was at the end of 2018 when they first announced that they were doing a live-action Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender version. A lot of people were like, why are they doing it live action? Why don't they just do a new animated series set in the Avatar universe?
I don't trust live
That seems like
action.
a no-brainer. Pretty much anybody who's been a fan of the series just wants to see another Avatar series set in the universe during a different part of the timeline with another new Avatar. But just in terms of what that new Avatar animated series would be, I think most of us are in agreement that they should complete the Avatar cycle, or at least go to the next step in the Avatar cycle and just do a series based on an Earthbender Avatar. Normally you would just assume they would just continue forward in the timeline, but one of the issues that a lot of you have also asked about on my previous Avatar videos is that if they were to do that, then they would actually turn into like a cyberpunk Avatar series. Like, do we want an Avatar series where they're walking around with iPhones? Remember, during Legend of Korra, they're kind of in like the 1920s.
That's the thing that bothered me about Legend of Korra, because we went from Aang time to then now, you know, modern stuff going on. I didn't quite like that because you can't, for me, coming from like Aang's time to then skipping and going over to like what he said, the 20s. It was a huge jump for me, and I was like, no, I'm not really feeling it. And it's like unexplained stuff, and they lived for like a long ass time. But then again, I don't know the time difference between Aang and Korra, but I feel like it would be pretty dope if we dive deeper into the past avatars instead of the future avatars. So
1930s era, they have cars,
oh,
they have
1930s.
airships. So
Right.
if Korra lives for like another 40 or 50 years, you're basically really close to present day with modern day technology. There's been a lot of fan art of the Avatar characters in modern day clothing, and it actually looks pretty cool, but I don't know how cool a series set during that era would be. So the obvious conclusion is that they should just do a series with an Earthbender avatar set in the past. And who is the most notable Earthbender avatar
Kyoshi.
set in the past? It would be Avatar Kyoshi, of course. Just do an Avatar Kyoshi series. If you haven't been reading all the expanded material,
That's
they
what I
just
have.
released
I have that book. I have that one. And I have the Shadow, I think.
Rise of Kyoshi and the Shadow of
Yeah.
Kyoshi novels, but it only covers a little bit of her life, and it's actually really, really fascinating. I would say just in terms of avatars that they've
hope
actually
they
done a
don't
good
spoil
job
it.
of developing within the other shows, Kyoshi is at the top of that list. Next to Avatar 1, she's probably the most hyped up version of the Avatar.
Right. I want to dive into him as well. I want to see what he's about. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they play on that, I feel like the older generation, like myself, even though I'm only 22, but whatever, and people who grew up watching Avatar, I feel like we would appreciate it. But let me know if you guys don't think that would be a great idea. But I completely agree with this guy 100% that I don't think I would want to see something closer to our modern world relating to Avatar: Last Airbender, because it's like, I don't know. I'm weird about it. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to put it in words, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Dead.
As cool as that is, if for some reason they just didn't want to do an Avatar Kyoshi series, they could do another Earthbender avatar from somewhere earlier in the timeline as well. I just don't see them doing a modern day Avatar series. It just doesn't feel like the series would work as well if you did it in modern day. There was also a big Avatar The Last Airbender reunion this past day. I haven't had a chance to watch the entire reunion video. It was mostly the cast and the crew just getting together, talking about their favorite moments and their memories from the series. Dante Bosco has been like 1,000% more involved with Avatar since it hit Netflix. He also clarified that he would still love to be involved with future Avatar projects. I mean,
love
his voice
Zuko.
is so identifiable.
Yeah.
Even if he played another character, the minute you hear him talk, you instantly think of Zuko.
I think of I know he was about to talk. I think of Zuko, and he voiced Jake Long.
When the time's right, you catch me. I might pop in somewhere, anywhere. Who knows? People that follow my career know I'm one of them actors that can pop up anywhere at any time. After 30 years in the industry, it's like, yeah, Dante's.
He said initially he had talked about consulting on the Avatar The Last Airbender Netflix series, but before that actually really turned into a big thing, Mike and Brian wound up leaving the project. He said he'd still love to be involved with that series if it winds up working out. But he said he's also got an upcoming meeting with Mike and Brian via Zoom to talk about all things Avatar in the universe. So it sounds like they'll also talk a little bit about potential future animated projects as well.
Sorry. Wouldn't it be dope if Zuko got his own series? Like a short series, limited to just... I know I keep talking about Zuko, but Zuko, honestly, and Toph have to be my favorite have to be my favorite characters if it's not Aang. Because I love Aang. Toph, diving into her, not just her family life, how it was before, how she's grown, her with her bending and whatever. Basically, yeah. A series like that would be fire. And how they continued their friendships or whatever. I don't know. That one would be corny. I would like it, but whatever.
Netflix is still making that. They didn't say when they plan on releasing it, but pretty much all the people they hired to help them develop that project are still working on it. They said that they trust them, so I have a feeling that it'll at least be okay, but hopefully we'll get a look at what it's going to actually be in the next year or so. But hopefully that explains what's going on. It just sounds exciting. 2021 already looking up so much better than 2020. Potential new animated Avatar The Last Airbender series. So everyone let me know in the comments, what kind of new animated series would you want them to do if they can do anything that they want? You may remember the rumors about an Avatar The Last Airbender Season 4. I did a video about what that story would have been. It was Aaron Ehaws, the head writer on the original animated series, that was talking about his pitch for what Avatar Season 4 would have been. You can click here to find out what that story would have been. It would have mostly focused on Azula. And click here for all of my Marvel Phase 4 trailer videos for the Marvel...
Why did I forget about Azula? She completely, was gone. Maybe just the whole dive in his family, because I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't mind seeing Uncle Iroh again, because I love Uncle Iroh. He's also was one of my favorite characters in the show. Let me know what you guys thought about that. Let me know what you guys wouldn't mind seeing as a series, like how I mentioned, diving deep into the Zuko family line along with the Zula and Uncle Iroh, because who doesn't want to see him again. Also to be into the past avatars and just dive in like avatars before Aang, you know, backtrack instead of moving forward with things like they did for Korra, which I probably should give Korra a chance. This video will be down in the description box below, the full video, so if you guys want to go check it out for yourselves, which I highly recommend you should, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.